And so it begins. Auckland to Christchurch in 2 days. So we're off. Auckland to Christchurch in 2 days, stopping Palmerston North for the night tonight, Thursday night, and then ferry from Wellington over to Picton on the South Island tomorrow afternoon, and then drive down from Picton to Christchurch Friday evening, hopefully getting there for about 11 p.m. Here's the car. Managed to give it a bit of a wash a couple of days ago, which is a miracle. 2009 Golf R32, bought here in New Zealand just after I arrived from the UK about a year ago now, and it was about $16,000, which was about £9,000 at the time. Only done, I think, 60,000 kilometres when I bought it, so what's that, probably 40-ish thousand miles. You do the maths. Anyway, that's our vehicle of choice for our trip down to Christchurch. Off we go again. So, just wanted to show you some of the scenery. It's all getting a little bit more Hobbit-like. We're just north of, well, quite a bit north of Taupo, probably still about 70 kilometres to go. But we're certainly in Hobbit country now. Roads are getting a bit more interesting, and you can see all the hills and lovely landscape that looks just like Lord of the Rings and where the hobbits live. It's so nice. Anyway, catch up with you again in a bit when we get closer to Taupo and we can start seeing a few mountains. So we're now just south of Lake Taupo, and things are getting a lot more interesting and mountainous. There's still quite a lot of traffic just around here. We just come out of a small town just south of the lake, and we've gone through some roadwork, so it's all a little bit slow at the moment, but hopefully you can see the topography of the roads is completely different now. We're getting into mountainous roads. We're going to be getting to the desert road soon, a high plateau south of Lake Taupo, which I think is quite straight, but before we get there we're going through these switchbacks, undulating roads that are going up and down quite steep hills at the moment, and we're going to be going up quite to quite an altitude in the next half an hour or so. Hopefully you can see some of the mountains in the background now. This is essentially a plateau that's punctuated by a series of volcanoes. Lake Taupo is essentially a caldera of a volcano, super volcano, with a lot of side volcanoes off that central lake, and you can probably hopefully see some of that. Here we are. This is more like it. We're up on the plateau now. roads opened out, not so much traffic around, and then there's these great sweeping bends, some great scenery, and some great sight lines to attack some of these corners. Some of the curves are punctuated by some very long straights, which is okay to have a rest, but then there's suddenly some quite nice flowing curves, as you can see here. I just slowed down to go through a resurfacing roadworks and lost the cars in front, but I've caught them up again now, so I'm going to have to slow down again. But a lot of this is no overtaking here because of the curves and the dips, but there's some good places and some good sighted roads that you can overtake on. But join me again later. This is more like it. So here we are, car park of the hotel in Palmerston North, where we stayed last night. We're just gonna get going down to Wellington to catch the ferry this afternoon over to the South Island from the North Island. So no time to waste, let's get going. Okay, we're heading on down. We're on the Kapiti coast, back on Route 1 highway, and some fantastic scenery and some pretty light traffic coming down here on a Friday morning in February. So hopefully you can see that on the camera, some pretty amazing scenery. A few keen motorcyclists. Can't quite see the ocean yet, but it's over on the right hand side of the car somewhere, and a railway on the left. So anyway, not many trains. So in Wellington, just on the quay on the side of the city, and Sure, it's just a kit, but nice little Porsche. Just going on to the ferry, Inter-Islander ferry in Wellington. All the lorries already on, and hopefully there's space for all the cars. Pretty big ship. It's about a 3-hour crossing, so decent distance. So we'll see you on the other side. Heading down the Sounds to Picton. This is you can see the South Island here. We're going down a channel down to the port of Picton. So we're about half an hour south of Picton now, and there's been some good roads, really good roads. Now we're just going through a smallish town. I'm looking for petrol actually, so I'm just wondering if there's going to be something here, because you've got to be careful. If you're low on petrol, there may not be another petrol station for a while. So I'm only at just under half full, so I should be okay. Hopefully to Kaikoura, which is about 100 kilometres. I should have about 200 kilometres range, I think. So I'm going to keep going because there's no petrol stations. But it's also getting a bit dark. Well, it's dusk at the moment, and I'm afraid it's going to get a bit dark in the next half an hour or so. So I just wanted to try and catch some of the scenery and some of the road before it gets too dark. It's not looking a lot different to the North Island yet, but I know from when I've driven down here before, you might be able to see in the distance there's some bigger, more jagged mountains in the background, and we go very close to those a bit later. I don't know if it might be dark by then, but anyway, I'm going to switch off now, but then I might switch on again later to see if I can catch some of those mountains, especially when we go down the coast near Kaikoura. Mountains are on the right of us, and the ocean's on the left. The Pacific Ocean this time. So let's see what happens, see how dark it is when we get to Kaikoura area. So hopefully you can see this before it gets dark. The coast road, we've got the mountains on the right of the road, it's actually the west, and the Pacific Ocean on the left, which is the east. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. It's getting a bit dark now, but you can hopefully see how amazing it is. We've got a really cool sunset as well. If I just tilt the camera up a bit. Look at that! to the left, and I think we're right. We'll be right on the. We'll be right on the Pacific coast in a minute or two. And then I think it's going to be too dark to carry on filming, really, so I'll film when we get to Christchurch, and we finally get there after the 2 days of travelling from Auckland to Christchurch, with a stop over in Palmerston North. Not sure if you can see the red sky. I hope you can. Yeah, I think you can see it. And just over this hill, you can see the sea and the beach. What a great road. Just a shame I didn't get here slightly earlier. Here we go. Railway line on the left as well. Hopefully you'll see. There we go, look at that. One more little hill. Oh, with the lorry coming over. There we go, look at that. So I'll film a little bit later when we get into the lights of Christchurch as we are nearing the end of the journey. But hopefully that's coming through on the camera as amazingly as it is in real life here. So I'll speak to you again later when we're in Christchurch. Okay, coming in to Christchurch. Oh, I need to go right here. A bit tired. It's 11:30. It's dark, but I'm in the bright lights of Christchurch, and after 2 days and 1,060 odd kilometers, I'm here. Well, when these lights turn green for me, I'm here pretty much. At last, Christchurch. Woohoo! Right. Thank you for watching. This is Christchurch on a Friday night. Subscribe for more videos if you like this. And speak to you again soon. I'm going to go and buy a car in Christchurch. Might look at it this weekend. Something exciting, something manual, something French. Stay tuned for the next video to see what it is. Bye for now.